right, T.O. and the Dallas Cowboys just moments away from kicking off the 2008 season at Cleveland. That's game 2 of our Fox NFL Sunday doubleheader, and it comes your way just moments from now, only on Fox. But right now, it's time for the AT&T Game Break Show. Kurt Menefee, along with Terry, Howie, Michael Strahan, and Jimmy Johnson to get you caught up on what has happened so far here in this opening weekend of the NFL season. Big day for the Philadelphia Eagles. They win easily over the Rams 38-3. Down in New Orleans, the Saints hold on and knock off the Buccaneers at the end. Drew Brees, a big day passing, 343 and 3 touchdowns. Matt Ryan's first touchdown pass is his first NFL pass. And on the ground, Michael Turner, 220 yards rushing. The Falcons blow out the Lions. Seattle goes into Buffalo, never really in this game. 34-10 is the final there. The New England Patriots beat Kansas City, but in the game, they lost Tom Brady. Knee injury in the first quarter. No official update on his condition just yet. Elsewhere, the Jets go into Miami. They have to win it on an offensive pass interference called against the Dolphins on the next to last play of the ball game. But Brett Favre, 2 touchdown passes in his Jets debut. Tennessee holding on right now against Jacksonville. They lost Vince Young in that game. He's out with a leg injury, suffered late in the contest. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers, a big offensive day. Willie Parker, 3 rushing touchdowns. He only had 2 all last season before breaking his leg. They knock off Houston easily. And the Baltimore Ravens trying to win Joe Flacco and John Harbaugh's debut. 17-10, they lead Cincinnati that game in the fourth quarter. But of course, all this winds its way towards the Cleveland Browns hosting the Dallas Cowboys right here on Fox. Coming up next, Jimmy.
Well, you look at it and you say, well, Tony Romo, Terrell Owens, Witten, they got all these offensive stars. But the guys that I want to watch against Cleveland are those running backs. Marion Barber runs like a linebacker, a very physical runner, one of the more exciting runners in the league. And then this first-round pick, Felix Jones, got great speed. Look for him to have some big plays.
Well, we're watching the all-star team. That's what we're watching. This is like going to the Pro Bowl.
Now listen, Ware on the outside, and we talk about Joshua Cribbs and the impact that could have on what's been a subpar coverage unit for Dallas. He's inactive for today's game.
Cleveland 7-1 at home last year. Pretty impressive. Will not just be a cakewalk.
Now, most of you will catch Dallas and Cleveland. Others will catch either Arizona or San Francisco or Carolina at San Diego. Whichever game you get, kickoff is coming up next.
This week on FX.
The gun warehouse is part of a murder investigation.
Sons of Anarchy.
Only one thing gonna stop that forensic team from getting to our warehouse, and that's another murder.
What if I could do this without spilling blood?
The new original series.
No one is untouchable.
You want to touch me, sweetheart?
We need to strike first. Let's do it.
Sons of Anarchy. All new this week, only on FX.
Shoe Circus, quality shoes at discount prices. Why pay more? Bill Gates.
Jerry Seinfeld? Churro? I'm good. The left one's a little tight.
They'll stretch.
You sure it'll stretch? Is that your toe?
No.
What is it?
Leather.
These are conquistador. They run very tight. You get the other one. You know what I do? I wear them in the shower. You ever wear clothes in the shower, Bill?
Never.
You're dressed, and you're clean. Open the door, go about your business. He's a 10.
10.
See how that feels.
Better.
That's a 10.
¿Es el conquistador?
Guess what, Bill? You're a 10.
Ellos van apretados.
Are you a Shoe Circus Clown Club member?
Platinum.
What do you get with that card?
Big top points.
You know, I imagine over the years you've mind-melded your Magnum Jupiter brain to those other Saturn ring brains at Microsoft.
I have.
Just wondering, are they ever going to come out with something that'll make our computers moist and chewy like cake so we could just eat them while we're working? If it's yes, give me a signal. Adjust your shorts. Oh, I knew it.
You're watching Fox Sports, broadcasting in HD and presented by DirecTV.
Fox Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
waiting. It said, good luck, I'll be with you the whole way, signed Steve Smith. Jake texted him back saying, see you in 2 weeks, you better be in shape, which Steve replied, you don't have to worry about that. I can tell you nobody is worried about Steve Smith standing in the locker room. We talked to a lot of guys this week, on the record, off the record. Every single one of them have said all has been forgiven.
Well, Laura, Ken Lucas, who was the victim of the broken nose in the training camp altercation, asked for Smith's return to the team, and he got a lot of kudos for that. Meanwhile, we're playing football, and the season is underway as Nate Kading kicks off to Jonathan Stewart, the promising rookie. And the Chargers, with good coverage there, stop Stewart at the 25-yard line. And that's where Jake Delhomme will go to work. You can see he has been a winning quarterback and also a leader as well. And, of course, has been to the Super Bowl as well, Brian.
And it's interesting, you know, Jake Delhomme, he underwent his first surgery ever in football this offseason. He had Tommy John surgery, took a ligament from his hamstring, put it into his elbow.
And Troy Aikman, this is an offense for the Cleveland Browns. If fans are out there watching this team for the first time in over a year, they need to realize this is a good group up front, and this is a team filled with playmakers on offense.
Yeah, the only change up front is they're starting Seth McKinney, who was a backup guard because of the injury to Rex Hadnot in the last preseason game. But you know, you're right. The one question right now, Joe, is that this group really did not get an opportunity to play together in the preseason.
Jamal Lewis takes the opening handoff. He was questionable coming in, a game-time decision. Picks up 3. He's been bothered by a bad hamstring, and evidently Dante Stallworth, an addition for this club, is bothered by a bad groin, and he is iffy today. Here's a look at this defense, and this is that 3-4, and this is a side of the ball that's also filled with guys who ended up in Honolulu.
And they were a good defensive unit last year, and I think they got themselves better with the addition of Zach Thomas, of course, Pac-Man Jones making the start at corner today.
A screen set up, well executed. Jamal Lewis out across the 45, picks up 14 yards, and it's been Lewis twice. He had a big year last year, over 1,300 rush yards, bouncing back from 2 subpar seasons in Baltimore.
You know, you come into a game like this against a couple of pass rushers in DeMarcus Ware and then Greg Ellis on the other side, and you start them off with a screen play like that just to make sure that they understand we're not going to let you just pin your ears back and come after Derek Anderson, our quarterback. You're going to have to account for some of these screens.
First down at their own 46. Quick set up and throw, and that's their outstanding tight end, Kellen Winslow, good for 6 yards. Well, everybody, Troy, talks about Kellen Winslow's hands. And when you watch him, even during warm-ups, he almost fans those fingers out, and it's really something to watch him receive a football.
Yeah, and I tell you what was impressive to me was at practice. You know, one of the guys there was a teammate of mine, one of the coaches, Alfredo Roberts, and he said he has the work ethic of a guy like Michael Irvin. Well, in my book, you can't give a guy higher praise than saying he works on the practice field like Michael Irvin.
Second down and 4. It's Jamal Lewis picking his way through this defense, about a yard short of a first down, a gain of 3. It is the opening possession of this game, and a good matchup here in Cleveland with the Cowboys and the Browns. First few plays, a lot of Jamal Lewis, who was iffy with a bad hamstring. He looks okay. A 14-yard gain on a screen pass. One completion to Kellen Winslow, and now a 3rd and 1. A blitz. Anderson never got the football, then tried to get on top of it. The ball came loose, and we'll wait for a signal. Evidently just a stop, and Derek Anderson got the ball, a loss of 1. And so on 3rd and 1, this Dallas defense holds, and Anderson had trouble with the snap.
And sometimes, you know, you get bodies over the center, and the snap tends to then be a little bit short. You know, shouldn't have those kinds of issues, particularly with a center like Hank Fraley and then Derek Anderson, who I know came in last year but has played plenty.
Adam Jones waiting for the punt from Zastadil, and the punt ends up in the end zone. So the Browns moved it a bit. Stall on 3rd and 1, and now Tony Romo and that very good Dallas offense will go to work.
Welcome to Southwest Airlines.
Thanks. I need to check this bag. How much is that going to cost me?
There's no charge on Southwest, sir.
Hallelujah! Well, I have another one, and I'm sure I'll have to pay for that.
Actually, your first 2 checked bags are free.
Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
On Southwest Airlines, we don't believe in charging for things that should be free. So what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Connect to everything you love in life with BlackBerry.
It has 124 sound dampening innovations that help make the cabin as quiet as the flagship BMW and Mercedes sedans, which helps keep outside noises, well, outside. Introducing the new Hyundai Genesis. Find out more at HyundaiGenesis.com.
Strange things are happening, and it's their job to stop it.
I need your help.
Yeah, sure, no problem. That sounds like fun.
Fringe premieres Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Over 73,000 fans are packed into Cleveland Browns Stadium, wondering what they're going to see out of their defense. Some additions up front for a club that ranked 30th in total defense a year ago. Romo will start the day with a throw all day, and over the middle completes. That's Marion Barber, and he's good for 4. Offensively, this is a big offensive line. They're without Kyle Kozar at left guard. But Proctor gets the start, and in the words of Romeo Crennel, Troy, this is a group that as the game goes on, they just wear you down.
Yeah, they can just beat you in so many different ways.
And gets a first down to the 44-yard line. So Gates, coming off of big toe surgery in February, makes the first catch.
Here's Gates here. He's just going to run an out route down the field, and he's coming off major toe surgery. And you can see, still can run like a wide receiver, a nightmare of a matchup for all defenses in this league. And the first 2-3 guys that have touched the ball for this Charger offense were all hurt in last year's championship game at New England.
Real downer for them, Brian. Gates goes out, and Legadou Nane, number 11, comes in for him. It is a first down after the 14-yard gain. And Rivers just looking for a receiver. Didn't have anyone there, and the pass is incomplete, bringing up second down. Let's take a look at the Chargers, and of course L.J. Shelton starting, and Jeremy Newberry, because of injuries, at left tackle at center. Mike Tolbert, the rookie, will be the fullback, but look at the weapons that this team has, including Vincent Jackson and Chris Chambers, who will have a full season at wide receiver.
And the thing that can make those weapons go is the offensive line, minus 2 Pro Bowls. Nick Hardwick, you know, along with McNeil, all out, but they've got veterans in their spots.
From the 43, second down, and Tomlinson is tripped up. And it was Chris Harris, the former Bear, in the backfield, limiting LT to just 2 yards.
Talked about that the Chargers are minus 2 Pro Bowlers on the offensive line. Marcus McNeil out, along with Nick Hardwick. But not many teams would go out and get a veteran like Jeremy Newberry, who's been to 2 Pro Bowls, and L.J. Shelton, who has started for 10 years in this league, to fill their roles.
A.J. Smith, the general manager, Made some good selections there. 3rd down and 8. And let's see whether the Panthers are guilty of encroachment or offsides here. Walt Anderson is the referee today.
Offside, number 31, defense. Unabated to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. It's still.
Richard Marshall, the nickel back for the Panthers. And the 5-yard penalty will move the ball up to within 3 yards of first down yardage. Here's the defensive line with Julius Peppers moving from the left to the right side, looking for a comeback year. John Beeson had a great rookie season at middle linebacker. And there's the secondary with rookie Charles Godfrey penciled in from day one. 3rd down and 3, near midfield. Rivers pass, knocked away, incomplete. It was intended for Antonio Gates, and Richard Marshall, the nickel back, made a good play.
He did make a good break on that football, and he anticipated that throw on the outside. Watch Richard Marshall come into your picture from the right side. Gates is their go-to guy on 3rd and short in the red zone in the middle of the field. Marshall anticipated that, got a good break on the ball, almost came up with that.
So Mike Cyphers will be kicking to Mark Jones, who was signed earlier this week. He'll call for the fair catch at the 12. So Jones, who was with the Chargers in camp, called on to return punts. No score here in San Diego.
You can settle down. You can fire it up. You can tune it in, but it's still not summer until you bring it out. Introducing Bud Light Lime. It's the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of 100% natural lime flavor. One taste and you'll find the summer state of mind, it's in the lime. Bud Light Lime.
The new 375 horsepower Hyundai Genesis has a more effective braking performance than the BMW 550i. So you can avoid the obstacles you expect. It also has extraordinary safety features. So you can deal with the ones you don't. Find out more at HyundaiGenesis.com.
Few relationships in life are more important than the one between you and your Michelin tires. Rugged, long-lasting Michelin truck tires. Michelin, a better way forward.
The Mets face a crucial showdown as they battle the Braves. This week on Fox Saturday Baseball. Check for the game in your area.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Bud Light Lime, the superior drinkability of Bud Light with a splash of a 100% natural lime flavor.
Each team has had the ball once, and now the Panthers will begin from their 12-yard line. And D'Angelo Williams picking up a couple of yards on first down. Let's take a look at the Chargers defensive unit. This is a team without really a big weakness, to say the least. 34 defense. Jamal Williams the key up front. And they're the linebackers. And yes, Sean Merriman, despite visiting 4 doctors, deciding to play with 2 torn ligaments. And there is the outstanding secondary, particularly Quentin Jammer and Antonio Cromartie at the corners.
And here's Merriman down at the bottom, playing that strong side linebacker role.
2nd and 7, the slant pass complete to DJ Hackett. And DJ Hackett, bare toe and all, playing his first action, picks up 38.
Well, DJ Hackett's to the left of your screen. He's going against Antonio Cromartie, last year's interception leader, and he gave up way too much room. And it goes to show you, here he is on the outside. It goes to show you sometimes preseason isn't all that important because DJ Hackett did not play in a preseason game.
And neither did LaDainian Tomlinson, as North Turner said he doesn't have to practice getting tackled.
Veterans love to hear that comment.
First down on the 48 and the pitch to Williams. Williams getting close to another first down, and the Chargers, who didn't tackle that well in some of the preseason games, missed one there. An 8-yard pickup with Weddle and Jammer making the stop on Williams.
In fact, Cromartie is coming off the field. He got flat-backed on that play. He comes off limping right now. You see, I mean, here comes the Otto out front. He just buries Cromartie at the bottom. He gets run over. In fact, Ted Cottrell, the defensive coordinator, said the thing that he has to work on the most is his tackling. That wasn't a good example.
Antoine Cason, the rookie, is now in a cornerback, and from the 40-yard line of the Chargers, the pass caught. Good catch by Muhsin Muhammad, who spent his first 9 years with these Panthers.
We talked to Muhsin Muhammad yesterday, and he's one of those ageless wonders. He said in genetics in his family, his brother, his cousin, nobody really ages. And you know, I asked Jake Delhomme, I mean, he's been gone for 4 years. Is there any difference in Muhsin Muhammad this year than 2004, the last time you threw the ball? He said he looks exactly the same to us.
And he goes strong the first day of the week, and Saturday plays all out in practice. 6-yard pickup, first down. And the pitch going to Jonathan Stewart. And a couple of Chargers had a shot, and Stewart gets past 2 tacklers and gets 4 yards. And right now, game break, here's Kurt Menefee in Los Angeles.
Baldy was talking about looking exactly the same. The Cowboys look exactly the same. Get down on the 1-yard line, give it to Marion Barber, and he scored. Opening drive of the season, Dallas on top of Cleveland, 7-0. Back to San Diego and Dick, Baldy, and Laura.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. As interconference game in Seattle losing to Buffalo earlier, 2nd down and 6, and Delhomme finds an open receiver, Dante Rosario, and without Steve Smith, they're going to have to find another weapon. They get 24 on the play.
And Dante Rosario in his 2nd year could be their answer to Antonio Gates. He's one of those chess pieces at tight end that can line up at wide receiver, maybe get a favorable matchup because he runs so well. Last year, just a couple of catches in his rookie season, but a featured player in this passing game right now. The Panthers knocking on the door, having an excellent drive.
And they started from the 12-yard line, their 2nd possession of the game. D'Angelo Williams back in at running back, 1st and goal on the 6. Here is Williams. And Williams will get no gain on that play as Cromartie, who's back in action after leaving the field, makes a good play, and no gain on the play.
You know, you started this broadcast today, Dick, asking me how do you replace Steve Smith? Well, the way that Jake Delhomme is moving the ball around right now, the way this retooled offensive line is controlling the line of scrimmage against a very good pass rushing team, this is their formula. Whether Steve Smith is in the lineup or not in the lineup, this is how they want to play the game.
And you know what? He's had protection, pretty good protection on this drive. 3 for 3 for 67 yards. 2nd and goal at the 6. And play action. And through Muhsin Muhammad. And the Chargers defender claiming there was a push-off with Cromartie.
Cromartie is extremely talented and very sure of himself. Now, even though Cromartie was there in the passing lane, that ball still went through Muhsin Muhammad's hands.
Extra backs in the secondary, Cason and Steve Gregory for the Chargers. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 6. Delhomme passes, and it's caught at the 1-yard line by Muhsin Muhammad. A 5-yard pickup, and that will bring up 4th down and 1, and a good tackle by Antoine Cason. 1st-round pick from the University of Arizona. Delhomme wants to know, do we go for it or not? Decision time for John Fox.
Well, you know what? If you had a bad season last year, a horrible season, and you start off on the road, and you take the ball from the 12-yard line against the vaunted Charger defense, and you're inside the 1, you send a message to your team right now. We are retooled, we're physical, we're going to stick this ball in the end zone.
And maybe a message to the Chargers as well. And a timeout called by Carolina, and a good timeout, to say the least, with a 4th and 1 coming up. So we'll take a timeout. An impressive drive by the Panthers. Can they get it over the goal line? We'll be back.
The all-new 375 horsepower Hyundai Genesis can pull 0.94 Gs through a corner, surprisingly better than the BMW 550i. Which means the competition may just begin to fall out of the picture. Find out more at HyundaiGenesis.com.
All right, who ate my volcano taco?
Don't look at me.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 89-cent Volcano Taco. With spicy lava sauce, it could be the spiciest taco ever.
Was me.
Why pay more for heat when you can think outside the bun?
The world calls us small business owners.
But really, there's nothing small about us.
We have big ideas. We see huge potential.
We have enormous dedication.
We have larger than life expectations, which is why
we and millions of others
use Visa Business.
Because we do business with the great big world.
And no other card.
No other card.
And no other card
is more accepted by it.
Visa Business, used for big ideas. Visit visa.com/smallbusiness.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by the new Hyundai Genesis. The barrier to luxury has been officially kicked in. By State Farm, where great coverage meets great rates. And by Visa. Go on, live life. And remember that no matter what it takes, life takes Visa.
4th and 1, and when you don't have Steve Smith facing a great offensive team, you've got to go for it on 4th down. Play action. He's got some time, and the pass dropped. Brad Hoover, the fullback, couldn't hold on to it. The Panthers would have had a touchdown, and the Chargers will take over on downs from inside the 1. Goal line stand for San Diego. Will come back.
The new 375 horsepower Hyundai Genesis can go from 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds, even faster than a Porsche Boxster. Which means, if it starts now, it will reach 60 miles an hour. Now. Find out more at HyundaiGenesis.com.
You know, it's not all fun and games when you're a mascot. Every year I find myself where the season always ends meets the bills never stop.
You know that place where you realize even a squirrel can't live off peanuts? Well, maybe you don't, but believe me, I'm there.
Here's a way to score on savings.
Nice.
Switch your car insurance to State Farm. You'll save big, plus get a payment plan that fits your budget. Call, click, or visit and start saving today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know I wear this everywhere.
Making every game time special all season long. With Walmart's unbeatable prices on all your favorite game time foods, moms can do anything. Save money, live better. Walmart.
An all-new Bones has a case that's a giant load of...
Oh, who thinks it's a good idea to blow up an outhouse?
But that's not even the biggest mess.
I've seen both of them.
Two guys at the same time. That's why they invented dueling.
All new Bones. Viewer discretion advised. Wednesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Still nothing, and the Chargers will have it inside the 1. That non-scoring drive, 10 plays, 87 yards. They used up 5 minutes. And the last option, obviously, was Brad Hoover on 1st down. Rivers from the end zone completes to the rookie fullback, Mike Tobert. And Tobert will have a 1st down, just like that, getting 16.
The Carolina Panthers outthought themselves on the goal line play. This is where they're going. They're going to Jeff King on a drag route across the middle. But you can see he's not going to be ready for the ball when Jake's ready. Jake wants to throw it right now, but he's not looking. But that was the only option there. There's no other option here. Late, 7 seconds later, maybe Brad Hoover can come. That's a tough catch for the fullback. This is a team that wants to run the ball. They had a chance right there to stick it in the end zone, and they went to play action.
Let's see how they react defensively, and the handoff to LaDainian Tomlinson. And Tomlinson gets a couple of yards on the play.
Those goal line stands that can be such a momentum turnaround. Earlier in the 1 o'clock games, the Patriots had a goal line stand against the Kansas City Chiefs to stave off that upset. And to go 87 yards and get stuck there, that, and then, you know, see what the Chargers can do here if they answer. That can be a huge swing.
That's why there's a lot of pressure on the Panthers defense on this series. 2nd down and 7. Gates is in motion. Looking left all the way is Rivers, and throws this ball away. He was intended to get it to Vincent Jackson.
Now Julius Peppers has been moved from the left end to the right end, but he is still the same guy. Watch him drop into this passing lane here and literally take away the slant route to Vincent Jackson. Right there, he's in this passing lane here, and Phillip Rivers does not want to force the ball with an athlete dropping like that. It took away the throw and made Rivers throw that ball away.
3rd down and 7. Remember, the defensive players also get the play sent in. One in particular, there's a blitz, it's missed, and a pass to Tomlinson gets a 1st down as the Panthers miss getting to Rivers on a blitz. He picks up 8 yards, and it was John Beeson, the middle linebacker, who very nearly got to him.
What a luxury Phillip Rivers has when everybody else is covered and he can just get LaDainian Tomlinson slipping out of the backfield. Because that may be where he is most dangerous in those type of plays, to pick up that 1st down.
And of course it's important to have Gates in there as well, because it's a totally different team as they defensed the Chargers without Gates last year in the playoffs. Here's Tomlinson off the left side and stopped at the 34 by Ken Lucas after picking up about 5 yards.
Let me tell you something. The only way you can think about slowing LaDainian Tomlinson down is if you attack your inside linebackers at the line of scrimmage. You have to attack the Chargers. Okay, if you don't attack them, then LaDainian Tomlinson has vision all over the field.
Who has been successful at that?
Last year, the Chicago Bears week 1 here kept LT down to 20-something yards, and the Green Bay Packers had the same formula.
2nd down and 4. Under 3 minutes to go in the 1st. Rivers with time, and it's knocked away by Chris Gamble as Chambers, the intended receiver, and Gamble came within inches of picking one off and going into the end zone.
That's the 2nd potential interception that the Panthers have let get through their hands here, which tells me Phillip Rivers doesn't quite have the game speed down just yet. Didn't play a lot in the preseason, injured throughout the offseason, and is a little bit late with his ball right now. And if the Panthers were sharper, they'd have 2 interceptions.
And none of these teams played in the daylight in the heat that they have now. That's another problem. 3rd down and 4 on the San Diego 35. Pressure on Rivers. Pass is incomplete, and it was Gates, and defending Gates was Thomas Davis, the linebacker, doing a good job there, bringing up 4th down.
Well, we had talked about how the Panthers had retooled their offense, but they've added a lot more speed to their defense, and Thomas Davis, going to weak side linebacker, was all over Gates there, stripping that ball and not letting him come down with it.
Mike Cyphers will be kicking, and Mark Jones back deep. And good hang time on this one. Jones at the 10. And again, good coverage by the Chargers as Tim Dobbins makes the tackle after a 55-yard punt, and a good stop by the Carolina defense on that sequence.
Oh, can I help you? Yeah, my wife thinks we need a new roof, but I agree 100%. I mean, a new roof it is. Huh? Huh? House is done. But the fence?
From roofing to siding to fencing, Lowe's offers professional installation in over 40 categories, and every job is guaranteed.
We are finally moving to the backyard. That's what I'm thinking.
Visit Lowe's today. Let's build something together.
Hey, what's that? This? Yeah, that. This is that.
That's this?
Yeah, that.
How is this that?
This is big news. Original Recipe has gone boneless. Introducing new KFC Original Recipe strips. Boneless all-white meat chicken, freshly prepared with those famous 11 herbs and spices. It's a whole new way to enjoy Original Recipe on the go. Get the Original Recipe strips deal for just $3.99.
This is this?
Yeah. And that's that.
Somebody shot another bad guy.
You got connections to most of these victims.
Am I a suspect here, Lieutenant? Friday, he's gonna kill again. You know it, and I know it. How far would you go?
Whatever happens, I'm not taking you down with me.
If you don't back him, you will regret it. To protect your own.
This ain't a chess game, partner. Who knows? Maybe it is.
De Niro, Pacino.
You're gonna walk right into a trap.
Righteous Kill. Rated R. Starts Friday.
Come on, Warren. NFL.com's made fantasy easy. It takes you no time.
It's fun.
It's free. Laptop.
You guys are going down.
Play fantasy at NFL.com. It's easy, it's fun, it's free.
1 hour.
Pretty sweet.
1 night. And a whole lot of happy.
It's crazy talk.
The Till Death and Do Not Disturb premieres Wednesday on Fox.
There are the fans down on the sideline. No score, first quarter. Panthers getting the ball back after holding the Chargers. Jake Delhomme, 4 for 9. Now 5 for 10 as he completes it to Muhsin Muhammad out to the 31-yard line and a first down, a pickup of 15.
Muhsin Muhammad has new life. I mean, outside of going to a Super Bowl with the Bears 2 years ago, there was very little to cheer with any of those quarterbacks that played in Chicago. It's like new life right now, like just a renaissance for him, coming back here to an offense that the last time he played it in 2004 caught 16 touchdown passes.
He holds all of the Panther receiving records. Meanwhile, the Panthers have outgained the Chargers by 50 yards. You think they'd like to take a picture of that and keep it? First down, Delhomme, and another completion, and ridden out of bounds is Rosario, the tight end. And a gain of 12 as we send it down to Laura Oakman.
Well, I hate to disagree with you guys. You keep talking about how great Moose looks. I sat next to him before the game, and he said, you know, we age like dog years. I said, well, how old are you? He said, I'm decrepit. He said, you know John McCain's mother? I said, oh, no. And he goes, yep, that's about as old as I feel. So he may look fantastic, but he swears he feels much older in dog years.
Politics rearing its ugly head here as we get underway for a new season as DeAngelo Williams bursts ahead for a first down. And for the second time today, the Panthers find themselves in San Diego territory. An 11-yard gain with Weddle, the free safety, making the stop. So great balance between the run and the pass, Brian, particularly the great protection by that offensive line.
Right now, the Panthers are controlling the line of scrimmage, and I'm impressed by the play of the right tackle, Jeff Otah, who looks like he's been out there for a number of years, not making his first NFL start.
Sean Merriman to the sidelines. Giles Tucker, number 94, replaces him. First down to Williams. And Williams picking up good yardage, nearly 8, with Tucker, who just came into the game, making the tackle.
Now watch this. That's Jeff Otah down on the ground here.
Well,
he just got run up from behind, just made a good block down the field and got trampled on from behind, and that's the worst type of play for a tackle.
19th pick in the first round. As you mentioned, they traded up to get Jeff Otah, and a timeout.
Connect to everything you love in life with BlackBerry.
Listen up, fantasy freaks. You're watching the Colts-Pats while your man Jamal Lewis just scored 4 touchdowns. And I'll bet you didn't know. With DirecTV, you're alerted anytime your fantasy players score.
Track your fantasy players in real time, only on DirecTV.
Ask for the award-winning original. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
All right.
Who ate my volcano taco?
Don't look at me.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 89-cent Volcano Taco. With spicy lava sauce, it could be the spiciest taco ever.
Was me.
Why pay more for heat when you can think outside the bun?
And the Panther medics working on the rookie right tackle, Jeff Ota, who's been replaced by Jeremy Bridges, number 73. There is Bridges up front. Meanwhile, for the Chargers defense, Jamal Williams, who had knee surgery on both knees before the season got underway, is on the sidelines as well. And Ryan Bingham, number 97, in at nose tackle. So 2nd and 3 for the Panthers.
Take Delhomme at wide receiver up there.
And here's DeAngelo Williams. And a direct snap to DeAngelo Williams, a little trickery, and just short of the first down. Let's see where they spot it, and it will be a first down. And we'll see where they spot it as the time runs out. And Williams gaining 48 yards in this first quarter. That is the end of the first here in San Diego. No score between the Panthers and the Chargers. And Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages.
Ask for the award-winning original. Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
I'm in the ring with him being finesse, then all of a sudden I just take off on him. Step back, hit the Y button. Boom! Leave him in the air for a second, give me something to drink. When he come back down, step on him, look at the crowd and ask him, should I do it? And the crowd will say, do it. Just and break his whole face and leave him looking different. His mama couldn't recognize him.
Rated 2 for teen.
EA Sports, freestyle.
You're watching Fox NFL Sunday.
Are you getting this? Okay, you're not looking, are you? Okay, look. Look what I did. Turn around. It's a helmet, honey.
That's one way to show you're a fan.
But it's a helmet.
Or you could buy 4 select Bridgestone Dueler tires and get up to a $100 gift certificate you can use to buy authentic team gear at NFLshop.com. For NFL fans who want to get the most out of their cars, it's...
Lots of choices here.
It's confusing.
Look, most major sports are shot on Sony HD cameras.
So if sports are shot on a Sony, shouldn't you watch them on one?
Yes. I don't really like sports.
Chicken, no.
Nothing's better for sports than a Sony Bravia HD TV, high definition.
Girlfriend's dead.
Boy, you're really milking this bereavement thing, aren't you?
I'm resigning.
Don't get upset, don't make a fool of yourself.
Talk to him.
Don't lose your head, please get a grip on yourself.
I just need a change of scenery.
Buy a plant.
Welcome to couples counseling.
I have the right to walk away from you, House.
Same time next week.
The season premiere of House at its new time, Tuesday, September 16th on Fox.
Start the second quarter here in San Diego. Dick Stockton, Brian Baldinger, Laura Oakman. And the Panthers have had more opportunities in San Diego territory than the other way around. Jonathan Stewart in at running back, 3rd down and less than 1. 2 tight end formation, and they go to Stewart. He gets the first down and spins his way close to the 28, picking up 6. And let's take a look at the first half numbers, and score 0-0, a surprise, as are these numbers, Brian.
Well, 150 total yards of offense. I mean, that projects to 600 yards. I mean, remember, this is a defense that surrendered 296 yards rushing to Adrian Peterson last year in the second half of the season. So they have been gouged before.
But they didn't give up a point in the first quarter to keep the streak going.
They keep that streak going from a year ago.
First down at the 29. Pressure picked up nicely, and the pass intended for Muhammad is incomplete, and it was a good pickup on the blitz that time as Jake Delhomme with a few words for Walt Anderson. So Sean Merriman
told us, Dick, that he visited 4 doctors around the country, and not one doctor told him you should not play. They all said, do you want to play? And he said yes, and that's why he is out there.
If they said he couldn't, they wouldn't say, do you want to? Simple as that. Stewart, and the big back from Oregon, getting down to the 25-yard line, where Derek Smith, the newcomer at inside linebacker, as Jeff Otah heading for the locker room for the Panthers.
Well, this is what's wrong with Sean Merriman. He's playing with 2 torn knee ligaments, which is the lateral collateral ligament, which he damaged last year against Tennessee, and the posterior cruciate ligament that he injured in the very first game of the preseason, his rookie year, he's been playing with for the last 3 years.
3rd down and 6. D'Angelo Williams is the running back, but it is really an empty backfield for Carolina. There's Merriman with the pressure, and the pass is caught for the first down by DJ Hackett. So that's the biggest, second biggest catch, as another flag goes down back at the 23. A 13-yard gain pending the call.
Well, here's Hackett in the slot, working against the rookie
Illegal
Anton
formation,
Tayson.
number 73, offense. Not lined up on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Is still 3rd down.
And you might have heard the PA to the consternation of John Fox. Jeremy Bridges called for the penalty, so illegal formation, and that will nullify a 1st down.
Well, here's the right tackle, Jeremy Bridges. His head's got to be up along the waist of the guard. That right foot is a little too far back, but most referees warn the tackles when that's happening. He was trying to get back as far as he could against Sean Phillips, and they called it.
So, Brian, instead of a 1st down, it'll be 3rd down and 11 on the 30. And a timeout is called. And right now, for a game break, let's return to Kurt Menefee. Kurt.
Well, guys, 2 plays after Pac-Man Jones was called for a pass interference in the end zone. Cleveland takes advantage. Derek Anderson and Kellen Winslow hook up. And the Cowboys and Browns are all even at 7 in the 2nd quarter. Back to Dick, Baldy, and Laura.
Cleveland always tough at home.
Yeah, and you know what, Kurt? We got to correct the name. The name is Adam Jones this year. No longer Pac-Man. Back from suspension.
But it's Ocho Cinco, right?
I think it's Ocho Cinco. A lot of name changes going on around the league.
There you see the timeout, and look at the uniform, the GU, Gene Upshaw, number 63, who is the head of the Players Association and a Hall of Famer. Did a great job for the players and a great job as a player.
Well, he was a great player, a Hall of Famer like you mentioned, Dick, and he is a guy that, along with Commissioner Tagliabue and Roger Goodell, really helped to grow this game into what it is today.
Passed away recently and being honored all year. 3rd down and 11. Panthers left with 1 timeout in this 1st half. And the swing pass is caught by D'Angelo Williams after the bobbles. And fighting his way, he won't be close to the 1st down. He'll be stopped at the 27 by Ryan Bingham, so it'll be 4th down coming up.
Well, here they come. They try to time this blitz here on the outside. They had the right play, but the play never really got a flow once the ball was bobbled, and now the speed and the pursuit of San Diego is able to get him out of bounds.
So John Casey will try to give the Panthers the lead with a 44-yard attempt. John Baker will hold. And John Casey with a 44-yard field goal in his 18th year in the NFL, giving John Fox and the Panthers a surprising 3-0 lead early in the 2nd.
I designed the user interface for the navigation and sync systems here at Ford.
Well, the fun part is taking complex technology and then making it easy to use for customers.
Please say a command.
Fuel prices.
Fuel prices.
Phone. Call my wife.
Calling my wife.
Let's see what's for dinner tonight. They can use their voice to say find an Italian restaurant or nail salons.
You'd be surprised how many nail salons there are.
I'm Jason Johnson, and this is the Ford Focus. Drive one.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC.
What is this?
Well, you know, Vista's something of a hassle, but switching computers is an even bigger hassle. So even though you might have a better operating system, I'm not worried about losing any of my subjects to you. I'm still the king.
Well, actually, all your subjects have to do is bring their PC into an Apple store when they get a new Mac, and then Mac Genius will just transfer their files over for free.
Really?
Yeah, it makes switching kind of easy.
I banish you. You are banished.
The biggest thrills on television are on one night, Fox Monday.
We gotta go.
First, don't miss the season premiere of last year's #1 new drama,
It's going to change the world.
Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Then, the new season of Prison Break is just getting started.
We're gonna get these guys.
But the road to revenge just hit a dead end.
It's sealed. We're sucking all the oxygen out.
All new Prison Break. Viewer discretion advised. It all starts tomorrow at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Facebreaker from EA Sports Freestyle. Rated T for Teen. In stores now. By Miller Lite. When it's game time, reach for the original Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. By FedEx, your ultimate NFL air and ground player. And by Ford. Drive one.
And if the Panthers wanted to keep the ball away from the Chargers, they've done a pretty good job of it so far, Brian. Doubling the time of possession. And there's Casey with a 43-yard field goal officially, giving the Panthers the lead 3-0. Reese Lloyd, and that's what he's in San Diego to do, kick the ball into the end zone for the touchback, and he did his job perfectly. Well, this Tuesday at 8/7 Central Time, the television event of the season comes to Fox. Don't miss the season premiere of Fringe, presented with limited commercial interruptions. Fringe, Tuesday at 8/7 Central, right here only on Fox. Viewer discretion is advised. See how the Chargers respond. Only 3-0. They start from the 20. Tomlinson. Not much. Good defense by the Carolina Panthers. And a 2-yard gain. Well, the defenses can wear the headset. John Beeson, the middle linebacker, is the primary guy. And then Adam Seward, the secondary man. What does all that mean?
Well, right now, instead of signaling the call, the defensive call is in. Right now, they can actually do it through the headset like the quarterbacks get the plays from the sideline of the coach.
On 2nd and 8, Rivers looking to throw. And crossing underneath is Mike Tolbert. And what a catch and run by Mike Tolbert, the rookie from Coastal Carolina, who was undrafted and picks up 16 yards.
Well, here's the rules about the headset. The electronics, you know, with technology so prevailing throughout our lives, it's in the NFL too. So players right now have got to be able to check in with the referee. They wear the helmet. The backup's helmet is in a separate box. And all radios, offense and defense, are turned off to the headset with 15 seconds to go.
On 1st down, and Tomlinson doesn't get much. So far, the Panthers have done a terrific job of limiting Tomlinson thus far. Only 2 yards once again. And here is the radio rule differences. All quarterbacks may have the helmet and can listen on the sideline. And there you can see the differences between the offense and defense.
So right now, Philip Rivers is getting the play in from Norv Turner. And meanwhile, Mike Turkovic, the defensive coordinator of the Panthers, gave John Beeson his play in his helmet, and now he's getting his guys lined up.
Rookie Jacob Hester, number 22 from LSU, is in the game and going in motion, but the swing pass to Tomlinson. And once again, the Panthers are there. And once again, it is Chris Gamble who makes a big play. No gain on the play. And right now, for an injury report, let's check in with Laura.
Right now, I can tell you guys the Panthers are saying with Jeff Ota, it's a left knee sprain. He's questionable, but just watching them put a brace on him, off of him, on him, off of him, trying to get him to stand on that leg. He's in a lot of pain. He's in the locker room right now getting worked on.
All right, Laura, so the rookie from Pitt shaken up in this first game of the season. 3rd down and 8. Less than 5 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Picking up the pressure. Rivers takes off. Look, and finds an open man. Antonio Gates. And Gates will have the first down into Panther territory at the 44. A 16-yard ad-lib play.
I tell you, Phillip Rivers, if anybody questioned his toughness in that championship game last year, look at this hit he takes from Julius Peppers. Right to the sternum right there. And we saw Phillip Rivers with talking to us on Friday. He is a big kid. You know, he's physical, and that's an example of being able to take a hit right there and delivering the ball to Gates.
Carolina is challenging the ruling on the field that the quarterback was not beyond the line of scrimmage when the ball was thrown.
So it's our first challenge of the season in this game. Was Rivers over the line? They'll take a look. Walt Anderson will make the ultimate decision, and we'll take a timeout. Returning to San Diego in just a moment.
Does everyone know what this is? Well, it's a lemming. From now on, we're not going to be lemmings. We're going to be leaders. Well, here's a good example. We switched to FedEx Ground, which has the fastest ground service to the most businesses in the U.S. So, Jim, what are we?
Leaders?
Yes. Nancy, what are we?
Leaders.
Yeah. Ow.
It's a process.
Relax, it's FedEx. When a crossover can get 24 miles per gallon and take 7 people along for the ride, suddenly the whole world changes. Discover Flex from Ford. Drive one.
I found like this CD just lying in the locker.
What is it?
What is it? Yes. The raw intelligence.
The CIA needs it.
Get us a reward.
That's fantastic.
The Russians want it.
The Russians? Why the Russians?
That's just a taste.
PC or Mac?
But this Friday,
We don't really know what anyone is after.
Not really, sir.
everyone's gonna get it.
Appearances can be deceptive.
Burn After Reading, rated R, starts Friday.
Too many meatballs on the field. Penalty decline. The new Primo meatball from Quiznos, only $2.99. Tender seasoned meatballs, toasted. The Primo meatball for just $2.99. Stop the clock. Quiznos.
And this is a big challenge right here by the Panthers because it was a 16-yard gain and a first down. Otherwise, it would be a fourth down situation to see whether Phillip Rivers was over the line when he let go of the ball.
Well, it's right at the 40-yard line here, just on the other side of the 40. And watch where Phillip Rivers scrambles to when he unloads this ball to Antonio Gates. Somebody's very sharp upstairs.
The ruling on the field stands as called. By rule, the quarterback was at the 40-yard line when the ball was released. Carolina is charged with its third and final timeout.
Not so sure of that.
No, I'm not either. I'd like to see exactly where his feet were. Now, it's where the ball is, but his feet were over the 40-yard line. Tip of the toes over the 40, so I thought there was enough evidence to overturn that.
So the Panthers lose a challenge. And that will be their third and last timeout. So a questionable decision right there. The way we saw it on the replay, it didn't even look to be that close, Brian.
No, it looked like he was past the line of scrimmage.
First down for the Chargers on the Panther 44 after the 16-yard pass. Rivers going deep. Chambers, touchdown.
Well, Norv decides to attack after they get the favorable challenge. Good protection this time, and really, it looked like Chris Gamble just got lost in coverage, and the rookie Godfrey, the rookie safety, was late to come over. Phillip Rivers saw it, and this is what Norv Turner has brought to this offense. the deep vertical passing game.
They can beat you so many ways as Nate Kading kicks the extra point to give the Chargers a 7-3 lead, and Chris Chambers now has a full season for his Magic. Half a year with Miami, contributed, did here.
Shoe Circus, quality shoes at discount prices. Why pay more? Bill Gates.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Churro?
I'm good. The left one's a little tight.
They'll stretch. You sure it'll stretch? Is that your toe?
No.
What is it?
Leather.
These are conquistador. They run very tight. You get the other one. You know what I do? I wear them in the shower. You ever wear clothes in the shower, Bill?
Never.
You're dressed, and you're clean. Open the door, go about your business. He's a 10.
10.
See how that feels.
Better.
That's a 10.
¿Es el conquistador?
Guess what, Bill? You're a 10.
Ellos van apretados.
Are you a Shoes Circus Clown Club member?
Platinum.
What do you get with that card?
Big top points.
You know, I imagine over the years you've mind-melded your Magnum Jupiter brain to those other Saturn ring brains at Microsoft.
I have.
Just wondering, are they ever going to come out with something that'll make our computers moist and chewy like cake so we could just eat them while we're working? If it's yes, give me a signal. Adjust your shorts. Oh, I knew it.
Tonight after football, the worldwide phenomenon is landing on Fox. America.
It's time to face the holes.
Oh, crap! Hole in the Wall previews tonight right after football on Fox.
And welcome back to San Diego. Dick Stockton, Brian Baldinger, Laura Oakman. The Chargers take the 7-3 lead as Jonathan Stewart back to receive the kick from Nate Kading. So a 44-yard touchdown pass from Phillip Rivers to Chris Chambers, giving San Diego the lead as Stewart on the return. And is tackled at the 29-yard line. Let's take a look at that play, and I guess we understand that the whole body has to be past the line on that challenge.
We're going to say that Phillip Rivers' left foot is on the 40-yard line, so not the entire body went past the 40 here. You see, if we freeze it here, you can see that the right foot is still on the line. Even though a large part of the body is over and the ball is over, the whole body has to be over the line, and that was the ruling by Walt Anderson.
And the Chargers took advantage of that. Pitch going to D'Angelo Williams off the right side. And the tackle made by Matt Wilhelm, who's wearing the receiver for the defense, the inside linebacker. Gain of 3 on that play by Williams. Panthers don't see many 34 defenses.
No. There's a different running game against a 3-4. Different type of plays against this defense versus the defense has 4 defensive linemen.
Second down, and here's Williams changing directions. Bounces outside, and a first down as he's wrestled out of bounds by Quentin Jammer and an 8-yard pickup.
Well, this is a great cut by D'Angelo Williams because he comes right into the hole here, and watch on the outside Merriman here. He's going to see Merriman coming down. He sees him right there, takes a look, and then darts his eyes this direction. I mean, that's an example right there. He gets into the eye of the storm, 2 feet, and then cuts away from Merriman coming to get away from him for the first down.
Panthers have outrushed the Chargers 73-32. And Jonathan Stewart getting the call. And Stewart with a gain of about 2 on first down. Sean Phillips, the other half of that great outside linebacking core, making the stop.
Now, I know San Diego got the big play and they got the lead here, Dick, but what is going on here is no team's players have played 4 quarters in any game. Nobody's played in the outdoors in 90-degree sunshine in the preseason. The Panthers have controlled this ball, controlled the line of scrimmage. Will San Diego wear down as this game goes on?
2nd down and 8 for Jake DeLone. Short drop. Intended for Rosario. So 3rd and 8 coming up for the Panthers.
This is the down that is the money down in the league. So the Chargers here, they bring in all kinds of personnel. Giles Tucker comes in. You've got all the linebackers, their speed. The Panthers now trying to make this 1st down. Who can hold up here? Can the protection of the Panthers hold up against a fierce pass rush? This is how you rush the passer. You earn the right by forcing a 3rd and 8.
Dwayne Jarrett lines up to the left, and Antoine Cason, the real deal according to Ted Cottrell. The rookie is in at the nickelback, number 20 for the Chargers. 3rd down and 8. Pressure is on, and the pass caught by Jarrett. And Jarrett will get, once again, the Panthers into Charger territory to the 32, gaining 25, and great balance on that play.
First big catch of Dwayne Jarrett's 2-year career. You can see Cromartie went for it. He went for the interception there. And when you lead the league in interceptions the year before, and you come out and say you want 16 interceptions in the upcoming year, you start maybe gambling too much. Good concentration by Jarrett to bring it in, though.
And Jarrett really concentrated, stayed with it to make the play. And a 1st down on the 32. Here's Stewart. Jonathan Stewart inside the 25 and gets 7 or 8 yards. And it was Jamal Williams who was back in there, who missed the initial tackle, and a gain of 8 yards.
I think Jonathan Stewart went underneath somebody's legs or between somebody's legs to come through here. Doesn't look like there's anything there. Now what's hard to see is this is a man at age 21. He's 235 powerful pounds. He's got a rebuilt big toe, healthy for the first time in over a year. That was good run.
And here is Stewart again. 1st down inside the 10. So, Brian, when you said they're going back to pounding it out with 2 backs with the running attack, they're doing it here. 15 on that play.
Nice job of staying with his fullback, Brad Hoover. Very patient here. Letting guys peel the Chargers off. They move them out. Look at this hole. And they stand right behind Kedrick Vincent, the right guard. Nice job of hugging his guard. And it is not an easy thing to project these running backs in college, playing in spread offenses into this power game of the NFL. They found it.
D'Angelo Williams knocked back and will lose a couple of yards. And good pursuit by Sean Merriman. Derek Smith also coming in on the play, and a loss of 1, bringing up 2nd and goal.
Ted Cottrell, the defensive coordinator, brought in with Norv Turner last year to put this together, did a masterful job. They went to Indianapolis, won a playoff game last year. People said Norv couldn't win that. Ted Cottrell, what he did defensively against that Peyton-led offense was a big part of it.
And we have a whistle. Play is blown dead. Jake DeLone doesn't seem to like what they're saying in that huddle.
He's pleading his case to all of them.
False start, number 88, offense. 5-yard penalty, it's still 2nd down.
Dante Rosario, the 2nd tight end.
At the end. Well, yeah, no. I tell you, those guys' eyes are sharp. He was rocking out of the stance and then moved too early.
A little flinch will get it done, right?
Just a flinch. You're on the road. It's hard to hear. You got to lock yourself in. Just look at the ball.
2nd down and 15. 2nd and goal from the 15. Incomplete, intended for Muhsin Muhammad. And good coverage by Eric Weddle, the free safety, who's replacing Marlon McCree in the lineup for the Chargers this year.
But that throw in heavy traffic to Muhsin Muhammad is the confidence that Jake DeLone has in Muhsin Muhammad. Even though he's been gone for 3 years, To throw the ball in the middle of the field like that, that's his size, his physicalness to try to stick it in there. A good shot, well defended.
Third down and goal from the 15. Jake Delhomme, 50% completions. Muhammad lines up to the left. And the pass is broken up. DJ Hackett. And a flag is down on the near sideline at the 18.
Illegal shift, number 87, offense.
And it was Muhsin Muhammad with the illegal shift and fourth down coming up.
See that stick right there? That's the defensive line coach of the Chargers. They just move that ball, and all they're taught to do is look at the ball. The ball moves, the man moves, they move. That's how those guys are trained. It is like Pavlov's dogs.
John Casey, who's kicked a 43-yard field goal, and this kick is good from 33, and the Panthers trail by 1. But remember, they were stopped at the San Diego 1. They trail by a single digit.
I'm Dan Hogan, and I switched from an import to my new Ford Fusion.
We found the best Ford stories come from people who drive one.
Gas mileage in the Fusion is great. It's a lot of car with great gas mileage. My favorite feature is definitely the sync system. Call Gabby.
Hi.
How are you? It's got some get up and go. Ford Fusion is here, and I love it.
Now get 0% financing on every Ford Fusion. Visit a Ford dealer or go to FordVehicles.com and drive one.
It's a big moment in a boy's life when you can look him in the eye and you know that he's ready.
The new Samsung Series 8. When you connect to a whole new generation of television, imagination lives.
Go the distance with a team lamp or design your own customized NFL team apparel. Personalized right down to the name, colors, and number. It's authentic NFL, and it's available only at NFLshop.com.
We've reached a point where science and technology have advanced beyond our ability to regulate and control them.
Strange events are happening.
Most of what I'm about to show you is classified above top secret.
Mind control, teleportation. The threats are real.
And it's their job to stop it.
I need your help.
Yeah, sure, no problem. That sounds like fun.
The television event of the season is almost here. Fringe. Series premiere Tuesday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
And one of the Panthers, the left guard, Travell Wharton, was shaken up and going to the sideline. So that's the second injury to the Panthers offensive line. Jeff Ota was injured earlier. And this is a thin offensive line for the Panthers today. It's 7-6 on Casey's second field goal, and Reese Lloyd kicking off, and on the ground. Was it touched? And Darren Sproles will down it in the end zone, so it was not, and it'll be a touchback, and the Panthers will take it over on the 20-yard line.
State University, I played basketball. I took my team to the Sweet 16. Could I make it in the NBA? Probably so, but it's definitely football right now. They pay the bills. If I was not a professional athlete, I probably wanted to grow up and become a firefighter. It's something that enables me to use my size. That's getting to know Antonio Gates.
And that's what you're going to see a lot this year, getting to know you, and you got to know Antonio Gates, who right now is in the locker room. Bruised hip is the report, and he is expected to return. First down. And here's Phillip Rivers back inside his 10 and gets out of the tackle box, we think, and throws the ball away, and a penalty marker is down.
Ineligible player, number 68, on the offense downfield. That penalty is declined. It's second down.
So it's Chris Steelman, the left guard, and it'll be second down at the 20.
Phillip Rivers was telling us that 4 days after the AFC Championship game, he went and had reconstructive knee surgery, and this offseason his rehabilitation was very quarterback specific, and he came back quicker than he ever thought he could.
Second down and 10. LaDainian Tomlinson again can't get underway. Meanwhile, Brandon Monomaliuna, who has been a superb second tight end to Antonio Gates, in there at that position now. And Gates and Tomlinson picking up about 2.
Well, Norv Turner told us, Dick, that he really considers starters now. 16 or 17 different guys can be the starter. And he thinks Monomaliuna is one of those guys that is really a starter, even though he's not listed in the program as a starter.
Niall Diggs goes off the field for the Panthers. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Rivers to Monomaliuna. It'll be shy of the first down by about 4 yards. So a good defensive sequence for Carolina, thanks to Chris Harris and a kicking situation.
And what they lose with throwing to Monomaliuna versus Gates is after the catch. Right there, he's tackled right there. He's like an offensive tackle that's got good hands, but Gates gives you that breakaway ability once he catches the ball.
So Mike Cyphers is in, and Mark Jones is back to receive the punt. Good kick. Jones at the 23. And Jones brings it out to the 33. David Binn from behind making the tackle. A 50-yard punt by Cyphers, nothing new for him. And just under 3 minutes remaining. And there is Jeff Otah, who went to the locker room and is now returned. Otah had a sprained left knee, but it's good for the Panthers to see him back in there.
It is, and what you have to realize in the NFL, that even though we just started, Dick, you have to learn how to play injured. You know, and he's a big guy that they're counting on. You tape it up, you make sure the x-ray's okay, you get back out onto the field.
First down at the 33. DeLone. And the pass is incomplete. Hackett covered by Quentin Jammer. Quentin Jammer did not have a good start to his career, but has really picked it up in recent seasons.
He's become much better with the ball in the air, Dick. His ball skills are much better. That was an example right there. I mean, he's a guy that played man-to-man at Texas when he was coming out. It was a high pick, the 3rd pick in the draft. But sometimes these guys, when the ball's in there, they can't find it. Much better ball skills now.
Second and 10, the ball on the 33. Give us to Williams. First down is D'Angelo Williams, having a terrific first half, picks up 11 yards before Cromartie brings him down.
What both these backs have for Carolina is breakaway speed and good vision. I mean, that ball, that just came out the back door there, a little stiff arm to Eric Weddle. And their tackling right now of San Diego is not sharp. And that is indicative of guys who don't play a lot in the preseason. The fundamentals of tackling, not real good now.
Williams with 68 yards. Play action on first down. And a comeback situation and a jump ball for Muhsin Muhammad and Quentin Jammer. Knocked away, incomplete.
Well, here's the ball skills you're talking about, Dick, that I was talking about. Look at that. He keeps him on his back hip. He pins him with his left arm. Doesn't let Muhsin Muhammad use his advantage. And then he's got his eyes up and looking at the ball, much like a center fielder. Dick, the ball's off the bat, bam. Eyes are to it, know where to go, get to the spot, judge the ball, and then play the ball.
With Travell Wharton out of there, Jeff Handgardner, number 63, has replaced him. Here's Jonathan Stewart. Breaks the tackle, gets close to midfield as we get to the 2-minute warning. So a 5-yard gain for Stewart, 1:57 on the clock. Will return to San Diego after this.
One more time. I was eating, and then I reached into my pocket and found all this extra money. Reverse pickpocketed. Yeah. Description? Tall, lots of bling.
Got a reverse.
That's him.
Right there?
Down
right
there,
there?
yeah.
Sure.
That's him.
Hey, excuse me. You stop. Hands on your crown. Easy. Hey. Are you okay? Hey. Beware, this man could put extra money in your pocket.
Grab a new BK
K wrapper morning, noon, and night. The King's got all-day value all wrapped up.
We've come all the way out here, and you'll never believe what we've found. The internet. Seems it can't hide here either. Simply insert the AT&T Laptop Connect card. You're connected at up to 3G speeds. Email business proposals and place orders online, all on the go. I'm Bill Curtis, and I've just found the internet.
The internet can't hide anymore. Switch to the network with the best coverage and get the AT&T Laptop Connect card for free.
Fuel economy isn't just about the fuel tank.
My group is thinking about renewable materials to replace petroleum-based ones in cars. The first time we tried to incorporate soy foam, it basically collapsed. But after many formulation changes, we now meet all the specifications for a good automotive foam.
Green isn't just about fuel efficiency, it's also about sustainability.
I think it's very important to preserve the environment, and I think we need to do it now.
I'm Debbie Molesky, and this is the Ford Escape Hybrid. Drive one.
Celebrate 20 years of EA Sports Madden NFL football with a look at last year's Madden moments. Against the Falcons, Tampa receiver Michael Spurlock took a Michael Kanan kickoff and ran past Will Ray Fontenot on his way into the Buccaneer record book.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a kickoff return touchdown for the first time in franchise history.
EA Sports Madden NFL 09, rated E for everyone. Also available in special 20th anniversary edition. In stores now.
September 16th, House is back at its new time, 8/7 Central.
Patients in cardiac arrest. Ouchie.
The season premiere of House, Tuesday, September 16th on Fox.
Today's game on Fox is sponsored by Burger King. Have it your way.
At our 2-minute warning at 1:57 of the second quarter, it'll be 3rd down and 6 on the Carolina 48. Out of the shotgun, DeLone, Muhammad, first down to the 41. A big play on 3rd down, getting 11 yards to keep it going.
And Dick, watch the protection right here that Jake Delhomme has. He wants to throw the ball to the right. Nothing there. Be able to come back, find that second receiver over the middle like that. That's been the protection he's had throughout the first half.
First down, no timeouts left for Carolina. The pass caught by Rosario, who was tackled by Matt Wilhelm after picking up about 8 yards, 2 yards shy of the first down. And Sean Merriman, who has been in and out of the lineup, now out of it right now on the no huddle. And there's the pass up the middle, wide open is Dante Rosario. And with a little hurdle, gets close to the 10-yard line for the Carolina Panthers. 23 yards on that play.
That's the athleticism that Dante Rosario brings to this offense. And you saw that at the finish of the play with the hurdle.
Under a minute remaining. No timeouts left. And there's the slant pass, and it's batted down at the line. Incomplete. Rosario playing a key role today, Brian.
Absolutely. And they have 2 good tight ends. Jake Delhomme has said that their starter, Jeff King, could play 10 years in this league. Nobody will notice. But this is a guy that people have to start to take notice of because of his athletic ability and his speed. Right now, Jake Delhomme getting time to throw. Merriman's out of the game. His replacement, Giles Tucker, is in. And so far, San Diego's defense up front here, they look gassed.
Rosario, 4 catches, 67 yards, already a career high. 2nd down and 10, and the play is blown dead by Walt Anderson.
There is no play. The whistle came from the stands. It'll be 2nd down.
And there is Sean Merriman going into the locker room. Does not seem to be injured as he goes into the locker room early.
No, that looks like a pretty good jog right there. I mean, they need him right now.
But his defense is on the field, and the Panthers are threatening.
Doesn't make any sense. This is when they need him the most right now.
And they're playing a 43 right now with Sean Phillips playing the defensive end. So without Merriman, they go to 43 with Giles Tucker, the other defensive end. 2nd down and 10. Panthers trail by 1 point. And down goes Phillip Rivers, Igor Olshansky, number 99. And the first time the quarterback has gone down today.
Jake Delhomme took just a 3-step drop here. He wanted to get rid of this ball quick. Nothing's there. Now everything just collapsed. And the Russian, Igor Olshansky, along with Phillips, was able to get to it.
It was Delhomme, the Panther quarterback, and the throw knocked away, incomplete. Good defense in there. Dwayne Jarrett covered well by Antoine Cason.
This is a great throw by Jake. Good effort by Jarrett, but this is the finish. You can see Gregory coming over the top and throwing that shoulder right into his back and knocking that ball loose.
Cason was there, but Gregory made the hit. So it's 4th down, and Casey will attempt a 30-yard field goal to try to give the Panthers the lead once again. And John Casey's kick is good, so 3 field goals by the Panthers. John Casey, and Carolina leads San Diego now 9-7. Coming up on the Visa halftime report, Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy will have scores and highlights from around the league, and the Fox Sports ticker has up to the second scores and stats. Brian, there's no question that Michael Strahan has really given our already strong pregame show an added boost.
He's like the Sarah Palin of politics. I mean, he just she re-energized the Republican Party, and Michael Strahan came in there today with the big gap tooth. He said he did not ever want to fill that gap in. That's his identity, and he was afloat with some opinions out there today. I thought it was great.
We have had more political mentions than LaDainian Tomlinson touchdown so far in this game. We have 8 seconds to go.
John Fox from nearby Chula Vista went to high school right here in San Diego, Castle Park High School.
And actually played rugby in this very stadium at one point.
He said the broken noses and the scars in the face are from rugby and not from football.
Reese Lloyd, and deep is Darren Sproles.
I didn't know there was a breeze out there.
I was going to say.
Where'd that come from? This is a good pickup by the Carolina Panthers at the end of last season. Reese Lloyd. This guy is from England. He was a soccer player. His father was a soccer player. And he's here to eliminate Darren Sproles from the return game. Part of the way John Fox wants to play this game, defense, special teams, make the opposition go a long field.
Well, so far it's working. Gained 112 yards rushing, with Williams with 68 and Stewart with 44, so that's working today.
Look at this kickoff. It's a field goal. It went right through the uprights.
For a free kick, that wouldn't be a bad one, huh?
Maybe there's a hidden wind out there. The ball was blowing down, and Lloyd gets the tailwind there, but boy, he'll get high fives from everybody on that sideline. And if you're the holder, you never look. You just have to trust that he's going to hit that ball square. That's, of course, you get a rookie to do it, Charles Godfrey, as well.
And the Chargers are going to let the clock run out, and a very surprising first half because the Chargers are held to only 7 points and Jake Delhomme is healthy. It's a different team with a healthy Jake Delhomme. They have those 2 running backs and a superb defense so far.
They said they wanted to run the football, control the clock. They've done exactly that. Those 2 running backs in tandem, D'Angelo Williams with the rookie Jonathan Stewart. This is how John Fox, even if he had John Elway, this is the way he likes to play the game.
Tomlinson gained 33 yards on 8 carries. Not a big factor in that first half. That's the end of the first half with the score. Panthers 9, Chargers 7. Fox NFL Sunday will continue with the Visa halftime report after these messages and a word from your local Fox station.